isn't that a good start? Because today, much to my own, we're gonna go into Durlach's fucking tower. Oh boy. Now, I've been through this tower more than once. Obviously, I've played this game quite a few times, so I'm not too worried about finishing it. I just remember every single bloody time it being a pain in the ass. Quite literally. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, especially with our somewhat underleveled Bard still, which is not gonna make this easier at all. In fact, I'd go so far as to say it's gonna make this a lot harder. But oh well, you know, luckily, since this is a pretty damn old CRPG, you cannot just play it smart, you can also play it fucking hard by brute forcing a lot of the small little traps and whatnot, which is precisely what I'm gonna do. So, since I already know that there's gonna be quite a few fights before we even enter the tower, we'll find out just how
Fine.
much prepared we are for this. And first we're gonna talk to this little guy who we have paid him for a little tour of the tower. Why anyone would reasonably think it's a good idea to go into Durlach's tower of their own fucking free will and even pay good money for that is far beyond me. But you know how it is, where there's money to be made, some asshole will make that money. How much does it cost for human life involved?
You said something?
Step right up. Welcome to the brave new age of mercantile expansionism. See? He's a merchant. Ladies and gentlemen, a brave new age where we make money off of death itself. Yeah, a merchant at heart. I can appreciate that. Money off of horror, my poor children. Money off of loss and pain and longing. Money off of ravaged beauty and tainted honor. Money off of a man gone mad. Now, all my dear voyagers, ask not what you can do for me, but what I can do for you. And the man has he drives a hard pitch, doesn't he? What can you do for me? Hey, Salvaron, you ask it right and true. No faults, piety hidden in your bloated soul. Well, if you be asking, a seller of cynicism and a merchant of mischief I be. If you are so dead set on losing yourself in that torch-like tour, I can assist in assuring that you don't take all your pretty gold with you. Basically saying, well, you know, if you're gonna die anyway, give me your money. Like, okay, fair enough. Now, what do you actually have in your inventory? Actually, we could have saved ourselves a lot of time by buying bullets and shit here, I suppose. Oh well. Actually, that's not the right guy, is it? Shit, now that I think about it, probably isn't. Oh well. On we go. Now, to be fair, since a lot of adventurers have come and gone into Durlach's tower over the years after Durlach has went a bit, you know, crazy in his time, and created the most horrible labyrinthine tower he could possibly ever make. And adventurers have a tendency to completely ignore the dangers and go like, there could be treasures there, which is quite telling of the profession, mind you. A lot of the traps, at least on the upper portions of the tower, have of course been sprung, which is the only reason why we can actually, anyone came up to make this into a thing. Let's see how, because this is going to be a nice little bit of a life test to see how much damage we take and how much damage we can dish out. We're not ideally prepared because, as you can see, a lot of that damage we could make from the bullets is actually negated. That means that shooting at these motherfuckers is basically completely useless. I guess technically speaking it wouldn't be useless if I were to buy the really pricey ammunition. Anything of piercing or anything like that would be quite helpful. But those things cost an arm and a leg, and usually, I don't like to challenge myself overly much. I'm more of the prepare very carefully sort of adventurer type. You know, did you hit points gained? Yeah, that's the only really. I never really played with a Bard, and honestly, the biggest drawback I can immediately see from a Bard is the simple fact that I don't actually gain much in my FL points, do they now? Oh well.
Fine.
But as I said before, we're pretty okay-ish prepared. Not ideally prepared, but okay-ish prepared for what's to come. And There's a few things that we could potentially consider. Like for example, take Viconia for example. Technically speaking, she is pretty good of a cleric. But she's also, of course, an evil cleric, and evil clerics kinda get the short end of the stick in these, about scale theories in general, honestly. Especially when it comes to special abilities that deal with the undead, which is something that clerics normally shine at the very most. With an evil cleric, however, instead of doing the usual of what you should be doing with the undead, namely destroying them, evil cleric actually, whoa, that looks horrible. What to say again? You okay?
A simple matter.
They actually just control them, which might sound like it might be nicer, but it's really not. It's just a pain in the ass, because, well, since the best and only way to get experience is killing things, controlling them is actually not as efficient. Yeah, that does the sandblast here, isn't here?
Step right up.
By the time you got here, I'll wait no longer. Yes, it's already inside. If you don't follow me now, you have to pay your deposit. The tool will be late for you. Now let us get on with it. Yeah, sorry about that. We kinda had to deal with a few minor things along the way. Just a few minor, small, little things, you know, but nothing too bad, nothing to worry about.
There's a sucker born every minute.
See how she looms before us as we draw near. Never before, never again will the like be seen. A monument to one man's triumph, and his folly. The tower and labyrinth below were built ages ago by the dwarven hero Durlach Thunderex, for no less worthy a purpose to be home for him and his kin. The enormous fortune occupied entire rooms. The room was wasted deep on a man. But all he had accumulated was to be the backbone of his clan. Was ultimately the downfall. Indeed. Because, you know, those who have the riches tend to be, well, A, rather protective of said riches, and B, they invoke a lot of jealousy from other people. Which, mind you, is not an ideal state. I do remember one thing in particular. It is gonna come up and it's gonna be a royal pain in the ass. Namely the simple fact that Durlach's little tower actually comes with a little bit of a nasty surprise, a blast from the past, one might call it, that you're probably not gonna enjoy. And all that is.
What? Fine.
So that's the ability that I was talking about. Ability to control the undead. Kinda useless, because at the end of the day you still have to then go. Now he's confused. Stop doing that, please, little skeleton. But yes, and sadly, for Durlach and his kin, but technically speaking, more so for Durlach, what ended up happening was
Mutton-mongering riffraff.
precisely as bad as you could imagine. His kin replaced by doppelgangers, causing a conflict of the worst kind, where basically he had to slay creatures that wore the faces of his, you know, next of kin, and I'm like, his wife, his children, and all the others, which, no, it's pretty much precisely what you would expect to be just enough to drive a man, or dwarf in this particular case, absolutely fucking crazy. That's the reason why he then spent the next large portion of his life creating a absolute fortress. Well and truly absolute. Traps guardians, all the shabam you need to make your castle absolutely impenetrable. Which is precisely what, you know, he set out and he did. After all, he still had a lot of fucking riches at that point and he made bloody damn well good use of that.
Once more, unto the breach, dear friends!
Asha!
Nature's servant awaits. Once more, unto the breach, dear friends!
Yes, Garrick, once more. Let's kill skeletons. Come on.
For sure!
But yes, the tower sets the tone for what you have to expect relatively early, while you're still on the upper levels actually. And he does so in a way that is most devious. Now, if you've played Baldur's Gate to this point, and you have explored all of the areas, you will have come across a few cases of petrification. Let's say monsters with the ability to petrify. Be more precise about it. And at the point, and I remember this all the way up until today, you know, at the point I reached Durlaxdar for the first time, about way back when, I had completely forgotten about those little motherfuckers because, well, yeah, that's... Ouch. Of course, poor Vicky gets immediately thunderstruck, the poor little version. Show me exactly. Give me a second. Where is it? Our little, Marley Tea Store with 55 has decided to follow. Oh, very nice of you. Welcome aboard, welcome aboard. Oh, wait, you're streaming pretty cool. Oh, thank you. I'd like to make you a friend and be a fan if you don't mind. I can have you on Discord. Discord. Happiness. Yeah, sure, we can do this. Yeah, no problem. I too have a Discord. That's somewhere in the description if you're wanting to make use of it. There's also a whole server of, you know, people for that. Feel free to join in. Glaube ich nicht, I have another one following along. But yeah, thank you very much. And once more, welcome aboard indeed to our little adventure. Kinda broke my reverie just while I was about knee deep into my own nostalgia, but don't worry about that. Where was I again? Right, yeah. Basilisk, right. How could I ever once more do this most horrible thing of forgetting about them? But yeah, as I said, by the time I reached Durlaxdar, I had completely forgotten about the motherfuckers because I hadn't encountered them in ages. Which is reasonable, honestly. Pretty reasonable. Shall, against the tower is a mean little bitch. In all aspects that you can be mean in an old ass fucking CRPG. And you climb up the tower for the first time, and you get up the levels. There's actually an outer area that you can on, and of course on this particular outer area, there will be basilisks. Meaning, I encountered them, I had no way to know that they would be there, and I fucking died brutally quickly. Rather obviously, I know. Which leads to the rather unfortunate situation that I actually had no actual way to protect myself, because I kinda just sold everything I had in regards to that. So, yeah, there I was. No mage, no nothing, and just looking at a bunch of basilisks and going like, that's gonna suck. Well, I did have to basically go out of the tower again, go back to Baldur's Gate, run through every bloody shop I could find, and find something. That's just something that would protect me from those evil little motherfuckers. Believe you me, it wasn't even the worst experience of Durlaxdar. Oh no. I mean, I do like it, you know, it's a nice dungeon with a nice backstory to it that will play heavily into what we're gonna experience down below. Yes, all nice, all dandy. Jesus Christ, can this tower be a fucking asshole to you? Believe you me, it's you'll see, sooner or later indeed. If you want to or not. Actually, no, I will see, and you will sit there nice and comfortably in your little chairs and laughing your fucking ass off while I'm sitting here cursing like a somewhat insane person, going like, fucking yes.
A simple
Oh
matter.
well, we'll see.
There's a sucker born every minute, and you are right on.
Stories of these the stories of his opulence are spread across the land. The most unsavory of creatures sought to make the tower theirs. All of Durlach's kin and friends were replaced by doppelgangers, and he found himself killing the visage of those that he cared most, just to save himself. Who among you could bear that? In the end, he drove them from his now sullen home and vowed that none would dare the same again. Okay, fair enough. And I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a fight soon, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna set up here. Get everyone in the big room.
Step right up.
Durlach installed magical locks on the entrances to his inner sanctum, requiring ward tokens to pass. No doubt you have all been approached by unscrupulous merchants selling genuine tokens to the tower. I have. I bought them even. They're all fake, don't worry, and they're absolutely not gonna work. Indeed, I myself have several, but they are mere souvenirs for the mental. I've had a few authentic tokens, and they are rare and expensive. Basically, he's making a sales pitch, you know? Which, fair enough. I mean, to be fair, you can say about this guy what you want. The fact that he's completely ignoring any safety measures that he should be taking most definitively aside. At some point this little motherfucker must have come here, into Durlach's tower, taken a look around, and his first thought was not like, oh, this smells like fucking danger and I should run away. His first thought was, I can make money off this.
Step right up.
But, you know, I have to applaud. Somebody who's that mercantile of a mind, indeed. Those who passed the wards, confronted with the fruits, the paranoia that consumed Durlach. In his sitting room alone has some of the most fiendish devices of death known to man. On the wall hung a picture that, before it was ripped from its frame, caused those that looked upon it to freeze in their tracks for all time. Look with horror upon this hapless soul.
There's a sucker born every
This
minute.
chair, once sat in, would deliver an unholy spike to your nether regions. Ouch. Imagine the excruciating surprise of the unwary. He went to lengths heretofore unknown to keep out intruders. He did. Yeah, that's really not a nice thing to do. Because if you don't know that, you're just gonna be like, this is gonna be exhausting. I'm gonna just sit down. You sit down at the very moment you sit down. Because probably part of the chair has a pressure plate on it. Or the legs of the chair will have a pressure plate that they push down on the ground. A spike rams up into your asshole. It's not a way you wanna go. Also, if you imagine you're part of an adventurer group. Ah, my neighbor said it again, that's cute. And you have to explain to some poor mother of the poor fucker who got spiked there, yeah, sorry about the state of your son's body, or your daughter's body, sorry to say, she kinda got spiked in the ass. That's not something you wanna explain to anyone, not to you. I'll take a small break here before moving on, good people. Please, for your own safety, touch nothing. Touch nothing, and no refunds. I mean, the dead will not really be able to refund anything, so... So much about that. Didn't really listen, that guy, did I? Be very careful about this tower, otherwise you'll end up burnt alive like the other unfortunate tourist. But speak with you a moment, because there's something different about you. I can tell you're not buying the hyped up crap you to most people. You've got a look in your eyes that says, I don't believe in danger, I don't know what fear means, and I will go wherever no sane person ever would. Sounds like an adventurer, doesn't it? I think you're just what I need. One of the true tokens of the dungeon below, but I am not half the fool I once was. It is yours for a measly 300 gold, on the condition that if you do not succeed, you turn it to me. Why only 300 if it's a real thing? You said yourself that genie ones are very expensive. Just a win-win deal for me. If you actually manage to defeat a few rooms, you get the gold, and I get a new tourist attraction. If you're defeated, I get the token back. At the very least, I have your body as a new display. I can lose. Deal? Guy's really a good merchant, isn't he? I have to admit. Just madness at any price now. I mean, no matter what happens to me, I won't be your expendable stooge. No, I'm willing to take this on. It's good news for both of us. I'm not sure how far the token has access, but it would be at least as far as the third floor down. Good luck, and remember a deal. Best go stocked up while I get back to my job. What in the gods is that? That is magic. Teleportation magic, to be very precise. Oh, a demonite. Hello, mortals. Death welcomes you. Here is now the property of I, and all others will fall or flee. It was over, towers closed. All who enter will perish. All who enter will suffer pain. So speak I, listen well, you will. Tour is over. Whee! That's... Yeah, I need to do this a bit differently because otherwise I'm gonna lose Garrick immediately. Okay. No problem, no problem. We've got this under fucking control. You two have enough HP. You probably have enough HP. You, however, don't. So
May darkness prevail.
hide here.
You're a
You
queer
will probably
fellow.
survive. You won't. Yep. See, the tower has a nice way to introduce you to painful death and reloading. Because if you think you can get through here without reloading, you're fucked.
Menial tasks.
Now, go through this. Not gonna read it again, mind you, because I think you heard it the first time. And
Sucker
if
born
not,
every minute, and you are right on.
second. I love my neighbors. You know, we had now like a week of silence and not any fucking drilling. I guess they must have gotten bored because now they're starting again. That's great. Yeah, I'll take a fucking drop. Whoosh. Attack! And crack Josh.
What?
Oh, and now we gotta get our gold back. Okay. We mentioned nothing gained, they say. I would rather say nothing lost to us. And then up we go.
A simple matter.
Now,
What you
Emon,
want?
you're gonna be quite quintessential here, because you're supposed to be able to find traps and shit, and you wanna just try to lure the monsters to us as well. Hmm? Because of course, since we are going just up the very I love my neighbors. Very thin tower. We of course also will have a bit of a problem navigating as we would usually do. And we need to be as the next trap. Right. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of that, mind you. And I do mean a lot of that. I guess that gives me an opportunity to take a sip of my coffee. Whoop. Ah. Tasty. And I'm gonna wait for him to come back to us alive. I'm gonna send somebody else to do some more exploration. Somebody who actually has a bit of help with them. And maybe spring a few more traps for us. Yeah, gonna be stat increasing books.
Your life shall be mine.
In this tower, 1 to be precise. Okay, now it's not much, but you know, have one or don't. You are trapped, aren't you? Yes, you are. But yeah, basically, this inquiring me for options. What? Does it inquiring me for options? Eh? Eh? You got me royally confused, strategy, but welcome. Welcome indeed. Oh yeah, talking about the other one. Yeah, yesterday I kinda just I mentioned I was setting everything up, you know, and then I was like, okay, I'm just getting fucking tired now. And I fall asleep. I have a distinct feeling, you know, at this point. It's kinda that feeling that you get that maybe it just doesn't, that's not supposed to be sometimes. But no, we'll actually I leave the finer points of planning for you, and you tell me when is a good time for, fucking damn it, when a good time is for you, basically. But you stop doing this game. Yeah, also I have forgotten to mention that these traps, they are meant to stay. Durlock did a good job with this whole trapping thing. But his traps not only spring once, they spring every single bloody fucking time you walk over them. Which means all you can do is have your rogue sit around for a little bit, discover the trap, and that's kind of, as I said, you know, the upper area of the Tower of Durlock is basically a training tutorial area for the tower. It's trying to teach you how you're supposed to be doing this. And how you're supposed to be doing this, obviously, is to carefully creep through the area with your rogue at best invisible, and slowly, ever so bloody fucking slowly, find every one single last trap, disarm them, and then come with the rest of your party. But just a royal pain in the ass, and takes a lot of time. You know, it's just that I don't like being, how to put this, untrue in what I say, basically, you know, a liar in simple terms. When I say let's do something, I mean let's do something. And which is why I always then hate it when things don't work out as I planned.
Mail, fetch me something to eat.
Viconia, truly a outstanding example of how a draw should be. Literally how a draw should be. But to be fair, you know, I should have never started playing Baldur's Gate again, because I knew the very moment I would start, I would probably not stop for until we finish, basically. Because it's Baldur's Gate, what can I say? Literally. That's just how it's gonna roll. And to be fair, I do fucking enjoy this quite a bit. Must admit though, now while we were thinking about making them know, I was reflecting on the good old days of WoW and went like, you know what? Well, it was actually not a bad time. Not at all. And which of these doors will lead where I want to go and where I don't want to go? Because of course, you know, it's been a few years since I've been through this tower, so I don't remember precisely which way is gonna lead where. Shit, it led outside. Yeah, I'm fucked.
Your life shall be mine.
I do have magic resistance though. Didn't matter though. Didn't matter at fucking all. Yeah. This is a nice enactment of the original scene that I had to fall with. So of course I had not saved a bit at the point.
Fine.
Actually, factually, practically speaking, is it a priest spell? I think it is a priest spell. Protection from petrification. Protection from fire. Protection from lightning. It's all nice and dandy. Oh, there's another spell slot open. And there's Harper's Call, which I can't use because, well, no spell slots available. Okay, I think we can actually do a 3-3 here. Because I do like the blast spell. Attack damage rolls +1. All creatures in 15 feet radius. Yeah, which means also that you need to be somewhat choosy with how you cast it, or when you cast it, rather. No, find traps, jump personal mammal. Huge. I think I can actually reduce the number of that and actually put in some bark skin. I'm gonna probably need it somewhere along the way. And I think summon insect was also pretty good. This one gives us removal from the caster. Anything which you cast the points to, the victim may use a control express weapon. The rest of use 1 point of damage every 2 seconds for the duration of spell. Moreover, the victim fights plus minus to ability to attack and armor class. Never in the ability to cast spells. Yeah. That's also one of those spells that's pretty good against anyone who's fucking stupid enough to engage you. Where is it? Cure serious wound. Another one of those would probably be good. No, Wiki. Fucking damn well sure there should be something here. Remove fear, pretty well and good for him, because somebody needs to do it, mind you. Mostly because of Khalid and his tendency to have moral failures, which is a concept that was also later removed in games because it's kind of annoying. Just saying, kind of annoying. Yes. Kind of paralysis. Holy schmite. Level 40. You see, animate that. Animate that is not a bad spell. Kind of fitting. They do sometimes need more, just more bodies, basically. Yeah, especially for one. After we're done with the tower, there's one more thing we need to do before the finale. And that involves one of the most annoying, egregious fucking boss fights you will find in this bloody game. It's basically even more important to have all the portions and everything else for that fucking fight than for the actual end boss of this particular game. I should tell you precisely how annoying that will be. Is there anything here I want to have? No, let's go for one more cure serious one. But I'm still wondering, maybe that's actually a mage spell then. Means I need to go into my inventory. Athena. I just need a high web. More shield. That cloud kill. That's the sort of stuff you really want to teach your mage, because that's really, really mean shit. Magic, detect invisibility. You resist fear. Basically, the other way, if you know, can't be asked to heal somebody from being feared, you can just make them resist fear. Ability. Stone to flesh scroll, which is nice, but that doesn't really help us. That fucking detection from all missiles. Mirror image, the classic one. Ghost armor, blur. Air shield. Vocalize. Stone skin minor globe of invulnerability. Would that actually work against that? No, the caster prevents any first from penetrating any abilities. Effects from devices. So any type of spell can be cast out of the sphere. These pass from the caster to the subject without affecting the minor blow. First and idle spells are not affected. I wonder if that would actually block that. I have precisely one fucking scroll left. That's gonna make this a royal pain in the ass. Luckily, I don't think actually there are that many counters of basilisks here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go from the door. All proud and proper. Quick save. I'm gonna fucking use that on myself.
What?
No, do it.
Such menial tasks.
I misclicked.
Fine. Such menial tasks.
Basilisks. Of all things you could send against an adventurer, this is one of the meanest things you can send against an adventurer. Because if you're not knowing that this shit is coming, you're gonna get stoned. And I think this leads just back into the tower again, isn't it? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Okay.
I can, but try.
Go for gold. The rest of the party slowly creeps after you.
Oh, my thoughts really not in this.
Yes, but they should absolutely be in this. Jack! I'm gonna make use of the fact that we are right now immune to your little nonsense abilities.
Fine.
Another great basilisk, totally not deadly, mind you. No, but totally not.
Fine.
Okay. I think we have all of them killed. But yeah. Doing mean things to you. the game. It's quite literally another name for Durlock's Tower. Don't worry, it's just normal. I'm gonna trigger so many traps until we're done with this. You will be pleasantly surprised. Could also have named this particular stream the stream of reloading. Often and much, but you know. Let's not be too prophetic about it and actually try to avoid that. Let's just say.
Fine.
How many more floors up can we go? I think 2 more floors is what we have to deal with. I think 4 floors? Was it 4 floors? I don't remember. Okay, no one where? Will we send you? We will send you in here. Oh, as I said before, you know, the year is actually relatively simple. And the game tries to teach you that very, very well, even by letting you go up the tower. You're supposed to actually be crawling slowly, ever so slowly up. Making constant breaks, waiting for your rogue to check the area, and then hope to God that your rogue is fucking good enough to find the fucking traps.
You need something, stranger.
You need something,
Something,
stranger?
stranger.
You know, state your name and what you're doing in this place. Get up to your Durlock, much into his eye. You top them, Durlock? Well, give that full price. Turns out I'm not a dwarf that's been dead a bunch of centuries. Good for you, but my question is sense. Who are you? I don't care a whit what you're doing in the tower. Just want to know what you're doing sneaking up on me backside. When people sneaking near me makes me nervous. Relax your suspicions, I'm not your enemy. This place is quite full of traps without fighting each other. What is your name? Virgil Leo is what I'm called, and I do not care to share this place. Many more levels there are. You should move on down. Probably enough there's for both, without us completing the loot. If you wish, so be it. Yeah, I'm just not interested. Ooh, there's a trap there. Just not interested to make my life painful, especially because I do remember something from this particular asshole. There's a use we can get out of it, basically, is what I'm saying.
I feel so cold.
I'd imagine so. That was kind of brutal. But yeah, you could avoid all of this just by standing, not moving in front of the chest for like, you know, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, finding the traps. Is this the chapel? Yes, it is. Nice. Because if my memory serves... Fair enough, game. Now Morwen has turned into an enemy, because, well, of course she has. She's confused. I remember this area. You know why I remember it? Because there's gonna be a nice little permanent stat up book in here. Just like the last few times I went in there, I did not actually remember the trap. Oh well, oh well, oh well.
Such menial tasks.
While Limon stands around and tries to be a most egregious enemy, we'll go and explore a little bit. A ghost. Durlock, my friend, you have returned after age upon age. It is I, Dytel, your friend of old. I waited long for your coming that I might help, my friend. Speak, your mind creature, what is this you want? As you are as courteous as ever to non-dwarven kin. You yourself seem taller than I recall. No shit, Sherlock. Perhaps it is me. Because a little of clarity these days. Yes. I need to serve as best as I can to repay the debt I owe. I barely recall how I incurred it, but repay I will. What do you think you owe me? What do you hope to repay? The debt? You know the debt. When evil came and took the faces of your clan, when your friends and mine became evil unmatched, you protected and fought, though it pained. You wouldn't harm, could not strike at the clan I called family. You fought them all. Though it hurt you more. I was the lucky one and was released from the nightmare of life. Easy way. I will repay you. You should know this. You should know. You've changed. You're not Sherlock. Oh shit, Sherlock. I bet too big into lots of other things to be considered to go. I knew you would come into the main room. Because you just stepped into the asshole. Now they're busy attacking each other. That's one of those great moments in time. Mages, ladies and gentlemen.
For the fallen!
Annoying is a very good way to say it, especially this sort of ability which lets you run around randomly. Because that can actually end up with you having to suffer quite a bit. Because of course they could also run into the next best trap and get even more damage on them. They're gonna be dead soon enough, Ghost. I'm near death already.
Your life is mine.
Oh, -1 goes, I suppose.
With Godspeed.
Huh, you're a queer. This way.
Moon, you stay up there. Eric, you continue to run away. No reason to engage with that.
What you want? This way.
There it is. There's what I was looking for. Okay, we're just gonna there for a moment.
Such menial tasks.
Again, Moon realized, okay, this is a bit too hefty for me. I can't move any longer. Of course. You stay just where you are, little Regalia, because I think on the next level is where we find another thing that Durlach did. There are quite a few of those at this point. Does this fucking look really? Yeah, it weighs 25. Jesus fucking time. That's actually quite a lot. Now then. I don't really need to identify you. I could potentially identify you. I don't have... Oh no, I don't have the spell prepared any longer, I forgot. Ah, that doesn't really matter. Okay, for this it does matter. Fair enough game. Fair enough game. Let's see. Normally it doesn't really matter if an item is identified or not, you can still use it. Which is great for swords and shit. You randomly find in the wilderness, but you're like, I would really like to try this, and I know precisely what that is. And so having that as an option is actually kinda nice. It's also one of these things that, of course, the main thing is there are, of course, girdles and whatnot and rings and stuff that are cursed and that are gonna do horrible things to you that you can't take off without getting them uncursed. You know, if you don't know what you're doing, there's a certain risk to that. But at least the game allows you to do so. More modern games rarely do that, honestly. I don't know, if I want to be stupid about it, I'm very much of the opinion the game should let me. Why wouldn't I? But alas, it does not. It's not really stayed around, let's say. It's in the game, go up one more floor. And this is, I think, the floor where we'll meet, what's her name again? Grimhild, I want to say. I do want to say that, but something with Grim, I think. We'll see once we meet her. This is virtually the definition of hard to miss.
I feel so cold.
And stop feeling so cold.
My blade will cut you down to... I've done had enough of this.
I don't really care about this. Or rather, I don't care about picking up more items that I'm not gonna ever
My
use.
blade will cut you down to size.
Let's pull this nice little creature with us as well. Come with me, don't worry.
Yes, your life is mine.
Ah, second one.
Lots really not interested.
Fine. I've done had enough of this.
Well, no, Imoen, this is not gonna end for a very, 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 very long time. There's another one.
Fine.
Just walks all over the corpse, goes like, yep.
I'm gone.
Yes, hotties now. Actually, can I go any higher? I don't think so. I think this is the highest we can go in this tower.
A simple matter.
Once more, under the breach, dear friends!
Yes, into the breach indeed.
I care not. I'm gone.
I cannot. Yes, Imoen, we know. You don't give a flying fart. There she is. Sure, I pop up down there. Alright, your inventory is full. Imoen, why are your inventory always so fucking full? It's like, I don't know. Maybe because I just randomly pick up so much shit. Wiki. It. To me. No, well, it would if my inventory wouldn't be full. Good up that I have a little gem back now. Gonna make things a lot easier for me. Now that needs to be identified. On one hand, it's a good thing if I'm not able to identify things, because that usually means that they're quite magical, you know? It's not a bad state. Okay, there's the lady I was looking for. Just gonna finish our little exploration. I'm pretty sure she's gonna talk to me. Will she talk to me from us?
Destiny or no?
Yeah, see, Kirin Hall, yeah, that's a name and a half. No wonder I couldn't remember that. Female, after all this time. I found my female. Leave me, I cannot afford to waste my charms on you. If you file and you want to help a fellow vixen escape the change that some fool man imposed on her, perhaps we could talk further. Of course we could, if the reward is right. Ich habe nur einfach etwas mehr, das cannot fend for themselves. What do you have in mind? Verloc and I had a disagreement about the treatment of a friend of mine. I attempted at reasonable arguments. Ricci tried to seduce the ever-living shit out of him, which worked splendidly not so well. Yeah, unheard, and I have been trapped here ever since. Some 300 years or so. That damn Verloc is nowhere to be found. That's kinda because he's dead, isn't it? However, I have to admit, his way of chaining her seems to be quite efficient if that's still working after that long. Oh. Just a vixen. Yep. The pipe is nice, isn't it? A lovely little tool, I would say. It's the background of Baldur's Gate quite well, I think. Personally. And yeah, language of little real consequence to my kind. Don't say. More important that says your mortals obey and behave. I'm not making many friends, Mom. I'll do this for you, but you should owe me a favor, though. Perhaps several. I'm sure we can arrange something. To be fair, I do play my little paladin. Paladin. That's not a paladin, that's a fighter mage. I'm not playing fucking Neverwinter Nights now, do we? She's a bit thirsty, I'll have to admit sometimes. You know, she's really into that whole scissoring business, and oh boy, she is not gonna pass up that opportunity to get another one in bed. That is the point where we are going to here and go to this guy, no guy, and try to convince him to take the nymph here. Where is the option? It is this upstairs and chest. Nice, but looks like nymph here to me. What are you up to? Ain't no way you'd give something like that for no reason. I don't trust you at all. I have no need of it. It's not you might. If you do not want it, all you have to do is say so. Right there now. Big enough for you? No need your skin nymph here. I'm gonna have to convince you. Because otherwise we can't get into the good business. So you're gonna make my life difficult, aren't you?
Such menial tasks.
Yeah, that sounds like it. Don't you get it? I'm trying to buy you off so you don't get a dig in the backside while I rest it. Something you would do if given out the chance, right? What? You're giving me? I guess what's wrong about you? I guess you're a pretty decent person after all. Yeah, friend. Here's a little toy I found myself. Fair trade for an honest person. Yes, you will speak well of me in the future. You will never leave the second tower, though. It's the French, yeah? I wouldn't be surprised if the French, you know, every morning after they take a nice little and great and dumb, they go like, ah, a monument of my pride has been created. The French. Strange people. And the good thing is, as a German, I can mock them all I fucking want every single day for time, because that's kind of what we do. I'm free! My computer trade's lifted! My powers return! I have my wings back before I reach the third plane of home. You have done as you said, and we had a fair and equitable bargain. What was it I promised? Unearthly delights and all that? Really pity that I had no intention of honoring a little bargain. You not a fucking bitch. I'll leave you alive, however, and I will refrain from dragging you down when I return home. I can't foresee you again, though. Your type is destined to meet mine. Maybe that was on my fear of that. C'est magnifique. Yeah. The only good thing that ever came out of the French language is probably l'état c'est moi. Der Staat bin ich. Or I am the state in English. Apart from that, the rest you can basically just completely ignore it. You know, that's French.
Fine.
Well then, down the tower we go, and this time we go downstairs. Make a quick save because I just have a feeling there's gonna be at least some creatures that will not be friendly. That's gas.
Fine.
That's actually true. Do not trust the French in any capacity, but then again, do never make business with the Chinese, because they can be trusted even fucking less. Greatest mistake of my personal, not personal, but business life, interacting with the fucking Chinese. You don't want to do that. They are assholes, and they're not worth the mentioning, and honestly, even if the prices look fucking amazing, you still don't want to fucking interact with them, because they're gonna fucking screw you over. I get away with that, because the Chinese government just lets them. So yeah. It's a very good short handle of my thought process when it comes to that. Never trust a Frenchman to stand by your side, because they're fucking French. On the other hand, never trust the Chinese to actually, you know, even come close to keeping their word. But that's what I tell ya. There's another nice little trap that needs some disarmament. Disarmed you shall be. And we talk to this random person down here, because everyone here is just nice. Yeah, I mean, that's one of those very old ones, but honestly, I was, when I interacted with the Chinese, I was, open in my dealings. I was trying to be fair and not biased against them from the get-go, I didn't make any strange jokes about, eating cats and dogs. Although, there's... depending a bit on the time frame, that would also be true of pretty much any nation that has ever gone through a period of hunger. We in Germany have a word for that, actually. Dachhase. If you directly translate it, that means roof rabbit, basically. And it's a way of saying that it was during the whole act of rebuilding the country like twice over, because the world was kind of leave your country a bit destroyed. And sure, since the people were fucking hungry, stuff like cats and dogs disappeared from the streets and from the roofs, and were of course turned into food, because you do have to eat, and you're not gonna let your fucking children starve. So the simple fact that we have a specific word that refers to eating cats kind of shows how desperate the times were. So that's not like I'm trying to establish a moral high ground over the Chinese, although they do have a tendency to do this all year round. But I don't actually have the same excuse as we had for that. But generally speaking, I never do any business with the Chinese. At least not the Chinese who are actually, trying to do business from mainland China. Because, let's be quite literally, you're gonna get screwed. You're either not gonna get what you are, by contract, mind you, should get, or you're gonna get it in such a low quality that it's not gonna be worth even half of what you agreed upon. And these motherfuckers will gladly take your money, give you basically a turd with a nice little bow on top, and go like, here. And you're sitting there, that's not what I ordered. And they're like, well, what you get? So yeah, fuck the Chinese. Really fuck the Chinese. Fuck them and all they stand for. Who are you? One were not unlike myself. As you turn and walk on, friend, this place does not accept visitors with grace. Better you are alive and leaving, like me. A restaurant in Rome. Man, I didn't have any fucking Italian in quite a while. Oh, you're making me fucking hungry. And even out to Chinese people. Oh, I smell a horror story in the making. I'll keep an eye on that. Who might you be? I didn't expect to see others here. I expect to see many more things that you didn't expect. That make me laugh. I'm out of my gullet doing some nasty things. Well, when was the night we split the property in 3 parts? It's always a pain in the ass when you actually have to divide property. That's a pain in the ass when you have multiple people inheriting things. Here in Germany, it's even worse, because just the tax for inheriting things is quite up there. Okay, to be fair, I get that you would be like, it seems kind of unnecessary. Again, the amount of money is still pretty fucking low, so it's kind of like, okay. It doesn't seem to be an amount you would be overly bothered with, as long as, things are actually going somewhat well business-wise. Now, technically speaking, if it is a decent property set up in a reasonable space within Rome, then I probably should make quite a nice amount of money. Although, then again, would I go to a Chinese restaurant in fucking Rome? I probably wouldn't. I actually would look for something Italian for some mystical reason. I would be looking around going like, this architecture, it looks like fucking Rome. Yeah, basically, it's really not an amount that should be problematic. I mean, I get that it's a nuisance, yes, but it kind of depends. If I were renting a place for my business and, the place is preferable over the alternatives, then some nuisance like this is really not something I would be too... It'd be good. Yeah, so same here, as a German, I'm not going to eat, although I do go to restaurants that serve specifically classical German food styles. like, you know, shrine sucks and other things. In the summer, it's great. But of course, you know, if you are an Italian, you're probably not going to go to just Italian restaurants. You're also probably going to go and enjoy the rest of the world's cuisine. Okay, just as you did. It looks a rowdy place, but I've decided it is beyond my ability. But not again, it's... Yeah, I mean, as I said, you know, if I'm a fucking tourist, I'll be going to a fucking... Because, I mean, in Italy, I want some Italian food. Kinda obvious, I know. Actually, I'll fare better than you. I'm really sure. Live long enough to fight the creatures that call this place home. Count yourself lucky. The very walls within will conspire to keep you at bay. Well, traps test only your dexterity, but this place is more than a simple door knocker. But it was a sick man. Yeah, for good reasons. I tell you that he meant to kill those that entered, not just hinder. Sure, there be traps. Pick up a wire, a step or sound, but these are tests as well. Tests you made to find friend or foe. You need more than your agile fingers to escape what comes. Some traps give no second chance. Attention must be paid, but I will easily take you. I don't know, I'm more than capable of defeating anything within. Yeah, I've defeated many monsters to get here. Only if I've seen another of what lives here now, I would be greatly surprised. The creature had like any other. The beast that defies sound, thought. Interesting. Heard of it before, but Marty laughed and said I was just afraid. Afraid? Yes, but it's still true. Yeah, I mean, you know, just because you're afraid of the boogeyman doesn't mean that the boogeyman doesn't exist. I heard the tales of fell servants that walk the prime, and I'm afraid because I believe. No, I know what is here. You've had the pleasure of seeing a demon in night's closing. Demon Knight that serves the underworld. I don't know whether you have killed all the kobolds in Kellimshan. Attacking this beast directly suicide. It's truly beyond thought. What are you doing here? I do not know. Donald was certainly not in league with such a beast. It's made a homie nonetheless. Yeah, I mean, the beast basically did the same thing we did. You know, it came here, explored the tower, and went like, actually, kind of nice property. Seems pretty empty at this point, so I'll just take over. Yeah, let's go the arrogant road. We're like, the traps within are weak indeed. If creatures are free to come and go, shall I bypass them and fight whatever lives here? We're long enough to fight the creatures that call up this. Oh god, he's like, I've been through this already. You're afraid I'm not. I can handle any creature in this place. I'm quite certain if there's danger, what makes you so sure I have been your friends to it? I've been my friends. Young they may be, but they're old enough to make up their own minds. Nice excuse you quit going there. I want to babysit anyone who can take up the sword to defend themselves. I say the risk, and if they wish to continue, it's their own fate they decide. Me, I'm thinking that it's better to live. What is death? It's in the air, it gets in your clothes. My friends, they say, by the gods, what is that stench? And I tell them, it's the stink of deaf citizens. Yeah, sounds like every other fucking... He doesn't mean to believe it is not as dangerous as I say. There's a reason that no one has breached this place to any significant degree in over 300 years. You have feared the history, or you would not be here. No, he was a disturbed man. His spirit was broken by the deaths of those around. This place reflects what happened to him. He seems to demand you understand him before you are allowed passage. This place is not a room. It's not open to the ages. This place was designed to keep people out, not to kill them. The simplest of doors seem locked with wardstones. I guess happened. Oh, little Rex has decided to follow. Well, thank you very much. And welcome aboard, of course, to our little most adventurous days. And there are gonna be many of them. Yeah, where was I? If you enter here, you had best be prepared to succeed or die. Yeah. Well, feel free to stalk me, actually. That's kinda appreciated at this point. You know, I'm not a big-titted lady. I'm not used to having stalkers, but, you know, it kinda grow on me. I mean, I kinda grow fond of it. Yeah, you do that, get yourself a nice little coffee. Actually, I still have a coffee myself, and do feel free to come back. I'm gonna be sitting here for a bit longer.